says it was politically motivated.
Musilipe single business permit kama mumelipa KMPDC leseni ya madaktari na leseni ya hospitality.
Kenya Medical Association condemns Mombasa County over illegal businesses permits for hospitals.
Found to be containing 4,500 rolls of cannabis, whose street value is 4.5 million.
Police intercept 4.5 million Kenya shillings bang haul in Mombasa drug trafficking bust.
In the United States, I will meet with the Recording Academy, organizers of the Grammy Awards, to fast-track plans for establishing world-class studios here in Kenya.
And President William Ruto eyes Grammy Awards African edition for Nairobi. Right, remember you can watch this particular broadcast live on Facebook, and you can as well send us your feedback through our SMS line, that is 23059. Now let's get started, shall we? Kericho Governor Dr. Eric Mutai has dismissed his impeachment by the County Assembly, terming the process politically motivated and lacking in transparency. Speaking shortly after that, the 3 members of the County Assembly voted to impeach him on Friday evening. Governor Mutai claimed the electronic voting system used was compromised and designed to deliver a premeditated outcome. The vote followed a day of intense debate inside the Assembly chambers, which ended in chaos. 1 MCA reportedly injured in the fracas. 18 MCAs abstained from the vote. Dr. Mutai has condemned the impeachment, describing it as unfair and irregular process. He insists that the exercise was marred by procedural flaws and driven by political interests.
What happened today? There was no impeachment in Kericho.
Yes.
We raised our issues at the floor of the House, and we came in person. We raised our issues that already an election has been done. And we know, and I can confirm, that 9 staff of the County Assembly had already been given the link to pre-vote.
Yes.
That explains why at the beginning of the voting, it began with 6 votes.
Yes.
Not 1 vote, but 6 votes. Then it went to around 20-something. Then in a small time, it went to 32, then 33. It confirms what his cronies has been saying, that we are 33 or 34 in number.
Yes.
Because already they had made up their mind. They created a system that was already rigged, and the results were predetermined. The simple question I ask is this: why do you resort to voting through an SMS when the 47 members of the Assembly are physically there?
Yes.
What is so difficult in asking people stand and then you count them?
Yes.
We only ask them for a simple thing: fairness.
Yes.
Because I said as a governor of the county that if there is a mistake, if the Assembly feel like they should impeach me, then I am ready to go home with my head high where fairness and justice is done or is seen to be done. And you are not afraid. But we know the system does not meet the standards. It's not been verified by IPC. It's not been verified by the Commission of Commission Authority. It has not been verified by any government authority body. And we also have other evidences that we are going to submit in court and in Senate. And conclusively, I want to tell the people of Kericho that the goon Patrick Mutai, we are going to have him have direct criminal responsibility of his actions today. Yes. We are going to sue him. We are going to make him be accountable for his action, because this was the greatest travesty of any parliament institution on earth.
Those votes were non-existent. The system was already tampered, and the votes were not the number of the members of the County Assembly that we are having. We are calling upon the Senate, because I know they will be transmitting the results to the Senate, that since the process was already opaque from the word go.
Right, moving on to matters healthcare now. The Kenya Medical Association has criticized the Mombasa County government for imposing single business permits on hospitals and medical practitioners, terming the move illegal and amounting to double taxations. Speaking at the 22nd National Governing Council Symposium held in Mombasa, KMA President Dr. Simon Kigondu advised doctors and hospital owners to pay the SPB. He noted that healthcare providers are already licensed and regulated by the Kenya Medical Practitioners and Dentist Council, which charges an annual licensing fee. KMA has formally issued letters to hospitals and individuals practitioners to present the county officials if confronted. The association has also appealed to Mombasa Governor Abdulswamad Sharif Nasir to instruct his officers to stop harassing medical professionals.
Musilipe single business permit kama mumelipa KMPDC leseni ya madaktari na leseni ya hospitali tu. Hao watu wakija muwe tumeandika kama chama cha madaktari cha KMA barua ambayo inaoneshana hamfai kulipa. Mkuwe na hiyo barua, na nafikiria tumetumia kila mtu hiyo barua kwa mahospitali zote na ambao KMA katika madivisheni hao wako na hizo barua. Ya pili, mjue ya kwamba kesi ya rufa ya single business permit haijawahi kusikiza, lakini iko stay order. Haufai kulipa kwa sababu jaji amesema bado hajasikiza kesi. Ya tatu ni ya kwamba sisi tunaenda tulipouliza katika kesi yetu ya Nairobi kama tunaweza fanya hii judgment once and for all, tunapoteza pesa. Kila county tunaenda kotini na judgment tunajua ni ile ile. Hii ni kama kutafutia mawakili kazi ambayo hii pesa tungeitumia katika kutibu watu wengine. Tafadhali muingie huko katika mahospitali, muulize hospitali. SHA inaenda hapo inalipa shilingi 10 na mtu anadaiwa 1,000. Alafu inapeana jina yake amelipwa. Kila mtu anakuja hapo kuuliza deni yake na amelipwa 10 na ile 1,000 haijalipwa. Tafadhali muhakikishe ya kwamba mumeripoti kama SHA inalipa hospitali. Madaktari na wahudumu wa afya wengi wanalia, mahospitali zinafungwa, wamefanya kazi. Hii UHC ambayo mnasema itakuja tu saa zile mahospitali ambao zimefanya kazi wamelipwa. Tumwambie apitishe, aangalie hizo judgment zote na aseme ya kwamba madaktari na hao wengine ambao wamenasema tena. Tafadhali Bwana Gavana, ambia watu wako wasisumbue madaktari na mahospitali. Lipisha mara 3 vile nimeonyesha. Kwa hayo sitaki kuongea mambo ya la.
Right, still matters healthcare. The nurses' strike in Machakos County remains at a standstill as the Kenya Union of Nurses Machakos branch rejects allegations by the county secretary that talks are ongoing. Now speaking to the media, the union said they met with government officials yesterday, but instead of constructive proposals, they were met with threats. The nurses maintain that they are ready for negotiations, but accuse the county government of refusing to engage in meaningful dialogue. They also accuse the government of failing to honor the collective bargaining agreement, that is CBA, which has fueled the ongoing industrial action.
As a branch secretary, we want to respond to the allegations made by the county secretary. We met yesterday. The government came with 0. They never offered us anything. They told us they need to consult somewhere. We allowed them to go and consult, and they came back with threats. Now our county is operating under threats. As you can see back here, the gate is closed. We have a county vehicle parked, and we are here for negotiations. As a union, we are very ready for negotiations. Our people want to go back to work, but the government has refused to negotiate. So we are telling our people and the community that we serve, as Kenya National Union of Nurses Machakos branch, we are willing to engage, and we want the government to honor whatever it signed. Our loans have not been paid. Our agreements have never been actualized. They have refused to sign our CBA, and they have refused to implement SRC agreements despite being given money by the national government. So where we are na mali tuko, tunaambia wananchi, sisi kama nurses tumekataa kusikizwa na serikali. Na serikali imeanza kutoa threats na vitisho. Lakini sisi hatuogopi vitisho. Na sisi hatupeana vitisho. Sisi tutafanya hii kazi yetu kulingana na sheria. So, this goes to the government. Stop lying to the people that we agreed on 6 items. You never provided anything. And you never agreed on anything. Come back to the table. We are here in Machakos, waiting for you to come and engage us. Na tunasema a very simple thing. Walipe kama nini?
Harambee Stars.
Walipe kama nini?
Harambee Stars.
Na serikali iseme nini?
Ukweli.
Ukweli.
All right, moving on, still matters. Healthcare health officials have allowed the Kakamega Governor Fernandez Barasa for ensuring uninterrupted service delivery in the county, even as a national strike by health workers took effect in several regions. Speaking to the media, union officials confirmed that they had issued strike notices demanding the full implementation of the 2017 return to work formula by all county governments and state corporations. Among key demands are on an increase in the uniform allowance, a raise in nursing service allowance, and the adjustment of the risk allowance from 3,850 shillings to 5,000 shillings. They are also pushing for the implementation of revised salary structures proposed by the Salaries and Remuneration Commission, that is the SRC, in 2017. The strike commenced in some counties. Health workers in compliant counties like Kakamega continued to offer services without disruption.
Is that I want to thank and appreciate the Kakamega County government in the efficiency and the swiftness that they move to engage my branch officials to ensure that the county does not go into industrial action to disrupt service delivery to our people. We want to thank Governor Honorable His Excellency Fernandez Barasa with his technical officers for ensuring that service delivery in this county is not disrupted if the strike was to begin. We issued a strike notice demanding that we wanted our 2017 return to work formula to be implemented by all county governments and state corporations. And in that return to work formula is what my brother has enumerated very clearly. One of the key issues was increase in the uniform allowance and the nursing service allowance. We also have the increase of the risk allowance from 3,850 to 5,000. And then we had the implementation of the salary that had been proposed by SRC of 2017. And I want to report that the strike began and we had those institutions that never went on strike. And one of them is the county government of Kakamega, Kenyatta National Hospital, Kenyatta University Teaching and Referral Hospital, Odhaya Teaching and Referral Hospital, Jaramogi Oginga Odinga Teaching and Referral Hospital, and we have Moi Teaching and Referral Hospital. Of course, Moi Teaching and Referral Hospital is the only public institution in Kenya that has fully implemented the return to work formula of 2017 and also implemented the risk allowance. And therefore, as by Friday, we had about 15 county governments that were still on strike. And as I'm speaking today, 3 have had an agreement and nurses have gone back to work. That is Kitui, we have Makueni, we have Kitui, we have Makueni, and we have West Pokot. So those, and Kisumu, they have gone back to work. So I want to urge those that are still on strike now, about 12 counties, nurses are still on strike, to ensure that they enter into an agreement as fast as possible so that we have nurses going back to serve our members. I want to urge Kilifi County government plus my officials to fast track the negotiations that are ongoing. We don't want negotiations to take 4-3 days when these things are very straightforward. It's an issue of agreeing when do you want to pay. We as a union, we are flexible. Our members have been disadvantaged for many years, but we are flexible. You are saying we don't want to go back. Let us begin now as we move forward.
All right, away from matters, healthcare police in Mombasa have made a significant breakthrough in the fight against drug trafficking after seizing a lorry transporting 4,500 rolls of bang valued at approximately 4.5 million Kenya shillings. Now, the sting operation, led by intelligence gathered by the anti-narcotics unit, took place around 8 a.m. along the Nairobi-Mombasa highway in the Changamu area. County Police Commander Peter Kimani confirmed that the consignment, believed to have originated from a neighboring country, was hidden in a trailer rolly that make foul with registration number KDH 969C. The truck was reportedly transporting potatoes, under which the illegal cargo was hidden. The driver, identified as Mark Maseno, was arrested on the spot. During the interrogation, he admitted to offloading the potatoes along the way before continuing with the bang consignment.
It's found to be containing 4,500 rolls of cannabis, whose street value is 4.5 million. The driver who was driving this vehicle is called Mark Ouma Maseno. He was arrested, and on further interrogation, he informed the police that he had hidden the same bags of cannabis among bags of potatoes, which he had just offloaded along the way. I want to say that this is a very, very big step and a breakthrough in terms of trafficking of drugs. You are aware that the side effects of cannabis, especially to our young children and young men and everybody, has a lot of side effects. This being a very serious offense, we shall attach previous conviction. If somebody is arrested again transporting the same, then he will get a more punitive sentence. And with that now, the prosecution will plead with the court not to give a bond. This will act as a deterrence measure for the future.
Right, moving on, the head of state, President William Ruto, has announced bold plans to position Kenya as a global hub for music and entertainment, revealing intentions to fast-track the establishment of the world-class recording studios in the country and host an African edition of the Grammy Awards in Nairobi. Speaking during the 97th edition of the Kenya Music Festival State Concert held at Sagana State Lounge in Nyeri County, President William Ruto said he would engage Grammy Awards organizers during his visit to the United States next month.
Next month in the United States, I will meet with the Recording Academy, organizers of the Grammy Awards, to fast-track plans for establishing world-class studios here in Kenya and to set in motion the journey towards eventually hosting an African edition of the Grammy Awards in Nairobi. As usual, there are those who doubt, the cynics who question everything we do. But as we have always done, we will answer them with tangible outcomes that benefit Kenyans. The Grammy team has already expressed interest in anchoring their presence within our new Talanta Stadium in Nairobi. To this end, I am directing the Ministry of Youth and Creative Economy to expedite all outstanding steps to deliver a truly state-of-the-art creative experience for our artists, producers, and innovators right here at home.
All right, at the same time, President William Ruto has reaffirmed his government's commitment to turning Kenya's creative industry into a key source of jobs and income, especially for the youth. Now, speaking during the 97th the Kenya Music Festival State Concert at Sagana State Lounge in Nyeri County, the president announced major policy reforms, including the enforcement of the 70% royalty rule and the collection of over 100 million shillings through the blank tape levy to benefit artists directly. Ruto said the government is also modernizing laws to attract international film productions and better protect intellectual property rights. In a move to make arts content more accessible, the president launched a new digital platform and the e-citizen portal where parents and students can now view school drama and music performances for less than 250 shillings, a significant drop from the previous 1,000 shillings charged for DVDs.
The Kenya Copyright Board must now take decisive action and resolve the collective management organization standoff once and for all. I am pleased to report that Kenya Copyright Board is now enforcing the requirement of 70% of royalties to go directly to artists, and that non-compliance will lead to loss of licenses for those who are involved. I further direct the board to implement a digital royalties system on the e-citizen platform without delay, even if it requires legislative changes. We must get rid of middlemen and brokers that are earning more money than the artists themselves. When I was elected in August 2022, only 4 African countries were monetized on Facebook, and Kenya was not one of them. After determined negotiations between the government of Kenya and the top leadership of Facebook, the company honored its commitment, and today, Kenya is among the select few countries whose creators are paid for their original content on the platform. We fought hard and won, and we are not stopping here. Next month, during my visit to New York for the United Nations General Assembly, I will meet leaders of major global technology companies to expand collaboration for the benefit of our creators. This includes integrating M-Pesa into Facebook's payment system to make payouts faster, easier, and more accessible. I have directed all ministries, departments, and agencies to prioritize advertising on the digital platforms to grow our digital economy, create jobs, and increase incomes for our creatives. This is the context. The more we advertise online, the higher our content is weighted, and the more our creatives will earn. Our creative and entertainment sector currently contributes only 5% to our GDP and only 0.25% to our total wage employment. This means we are only scratching the surface. With the right investment and policy support, this contribution can rise all the way to 30% in the very near future.
Right, now let's talk matters politics. Nakuru Governor Susan Kihika has launched a scathing attack on former Deputy President and Democracy for Citizens Party leader Rigathi Gachagua, declaring she will not be intimidated by his political statements. Speaking during a public event in Nakuru, Governor Kihika urged residents to reject divisive politics, warning that such tactics threaten national unity and regional cohesion. In a bold statement directed at Gachagua, Kihika emphasized that Nakuru is part of the Rift Valley and not Mount Kenya, pushing back against remarks she said were tailored to Mlima people. Now, the political clash comes amid growing tensions between factions aligned with different power bases ahead of the next election cycle.
Mwambie yule mama wa Nakuru asimuone ni mdogo afikiri atamtisha. Mimi hawezi nitisha. Tangu niwe senator nilisimama na wanaume nikawaangusha. Nikiwa gavana nikasimama na wanaume. Asifikiri ni kama mama ameona tu hivi. Hiyo upuzi yake apeleke wa Munyoro. Upuzi yake apeleke wapi? Upuzi apeleke wapi? Mwambie hapa Nakuru ni Rift Valley. Nakuru sio hiyo mlima anasema kila siku. Sisi hatutaki upuzi ya uchochezi, hatutaki fitina, hatutaki siasa mbaya. Sisi tunakaa pamoja kama ndugu. Hata sio hiyo makazi za upuzi anadanganyana nazo. Sisi ni mandugu na madada. Sisi hapa hakuna siasa ya upuzi ya shares. Asikuja kuandanganya saa hizi na alikuwa anasema maneno ya shares hapo zamani. Kwa hivyo mkimuona hapa akitangatanga, aambiwe hapa tutampea ruhusa kama ako na adabu. Kama anakuja polepole, kama anakuja na utaratibu. Lakini akikuja na fitina na ukabila, atairudisha Wamonyo, na mimi sikuogopi. Sawa? Hata mimi ni fire, si fire. Hata mimi ni no. Mimi ni no. Mimi ni fire. Akwende kabisa.
Right, at the same time, a section of members of parliament from Nyandarua County have come together in a renewed call for unity and political maturity, urging fellow leaders to stop engaging in public confrontations and premature campaigns. Speaking during a public event in the county, the MPs emphasized the need for elected leaders to prioritize development and service delivery over political rivalry. Now, they want that early campaigns can rather end political exchanges during public rallies were causing unnecessary divisions and shifting focus away from key issues affecting citizens. The lawmakers stressed that the time for campaigns will come, but for now, leaders must work together to fulfill the promises made to the people of Nyandarua County.
That is what leadership is about. Hii siasa ya kushinda kwa barabara two-term, one-term nonsense haisaidii. Faida yetu ni niseme nisiseme? Lazima niseme ukweli. Kwani uongozi ni mchezo jamani? Uongozi si mchezo. Tuseme ya kwamba kuna kazi ya kufanya na kila jambo na majira yake. Majira itafika, tupige siasa.
Ile hoja mko nayo ni ile maendeleo watu kama sisi viongozi tunawaletea hapa jamii na kule kwingine. Sio ati mdomo. Kwa sababu nimesikia tukisema tunataka mabarabara, tunataka stima na ile maendeleo mengine.
Hii Nyandarua haikuwa na level 5 hospital. Hii Nyandarua haikuwa na stadium ate kukidha kwa games sijui mnachezea wapi. Sijui kama mko na habari sasa tuko na university. Mko na habari tuko na university. Mko na hiyo habari. Na hii university mnajua tumetafuta miaka mingi sana. Tukaambia rais atusaidie tupate level 5. Akatuma majeshi. Sasa jeshi iko pale Olokalao. Sahi ametuma majeshi kule stadium, tujengewe stadium. Na tutaendelea tuvurute maendeleo kama vile mheshimiwa kwenye amefika amesema sahi si wakati wa siasa, sahi ni wakati wa kufanya kazi.
Right, moving on, Gataka Road in Nairobi has turned into a nightmare for residents and businesses as stalled construction works continue to cripple road transport and essential services in the area. Now, speaking to the media, frustrated locals say the road, which has been left dug up with open trenches, is now impassable not only for vehicles but even for motorcycles. Residents say the situation is affecting schools, hospitals and businesses, with many forced to walk long distances or cancel plans altogether due to the poor state of the road. They are now calling on relevant authorities to fast-track the road project, warning that the delay is posing serious safety, health and economic risks. The community is appealing for the immediate intervention to ensure normalcy returns to the once busy and vital routes.
Kuwa na construction ya hii barabara, and it's a very key road to accessibility to the hospital. And Beacon of Hope has prided itself in being an accessible hospital to the community living around. And with the inconvenience, as you can see, hapa hivi hata bodaboda haiwezi pita, gari haiwezi pita. There is no way patients can access the facility. Tuko na issue na waste management. Tuko na biomedical waste that need collecting from time to time, like emergency situations as well. We can't have vehicles bringing supplies as well to the hospital. It has been a very big challenge. We have patients wenye wako wheelchair bound. Tuko na wenye wanakuja in labor. Ambulance can't access the facility. It has become a real big challenge to the facility.
Tumekuja hapa leo hii tukiwa na kero kubwa kwa sababu ya hii barabara. Kwanza tunalamalamishi kwa sababu ukandarasi uliokuja hapa haukuja ukiwa mwafaka kabisa, kwa sababu ukiangalia sheria za Kenya zinasema kwamba kandarasi yote anaingia katika kufanya ukandarasi lazima aweke kibao. Hakuna kibao cha mkandarasi yule anayefanya kazi hii. Huyu mkandarasi alikuja akaanza na kuchimba, na kawaida sheria za barabara zinasema kwamba wakati unapeana kandarasi you are supposed to give access roads to the people who live next there, so una alleviate, tunakuwa na hiyo, unaweza ku raise your traffic. Huyu mkandarasi amekuja akachimba na akafungia kila watu. Kama nyuma yetu hapa kuna hospitali ambayo ndio inatuhudumia hapa. Sasa hii mkitaka kuleta mgonjwa lazima mumlete na machela akiwa anabebea kutoka kwa barabara. Hakuna access ya kufika hapa. Hakuna nafasi hiyo. Majukumu zaidi ni kwamba ninalalamika kwa serikali kwa sababu makatibu wa Wizara ya Barabara na Fisheries walikuja hapa na wakatuashua within 2 months tutakuwa tumepata hii barabara. Hao katibu walikuwa hapa about a week ago. Na imepita tu wiki moja, tinga zimechimba siku 3 zimeondoka. Kila tumeachiwa ni maduimbi. Sijui kama tulikuwa tunaachiwa swimming pool ndio basi tujue katika kandarasi hii ni dimbu tulikuwa tunawekela kuogelea.
Alright, it is exactly 34 minutes past the top of the hour. That's going to wrap up our program here on EBN Weekend Edition. Of course, many thanks for your feedback here on our Facebook page and of course through our SMS line that is 23059. I do appreciate your time to be here with us until this particular moment. My name is Macharia. Do have yourself a lovely day. Remember to go to church tomorrow, and as always, let's do this again when God says we do.